Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk about my spiritual awakening, my journey so far, how it happened, why it happened, and in general, who am I? Many of you who knew me from before have this question, like, what happened to me? Why am I different? How come I changed so much? So today it's the day where I will answer some of your questions. Everything happened in 2012, and I have some notes here because it's a long story. So in 2012 I had my spiritual awakening, and what I mean by that, when I first moved to the UK for my studies, I basically went through a lot. It was the first time that I was alone. I was discovering myself and what was life away from home. So in 2012, things started changing, and I could say things started changing from 2011, to be honest. But it wasn't that obvious until 2012, and I remember also the month. It was December 21st. What happened was I watched a movie, Ancient Aliens. I felt the need to close my eyes, and I had no idea what was going on. I was in a deep nirvana, and I closed my eyes and I was crying for hours non-stop without knowing why. I could feel something in my heart, like an energy in my heart. It was the first time that I could feel this, and it was my experience of a higher mind, of my higher self, of a higher connection that I wasn't aware of before. This is how everything started. From that day, nothing was the same. There are more details that I want to say, but it's gonna take hours and hours of me being here, so I want to make this as quick as possible. So I will just say, the main points here. In 2013 I became a vegetarian, and how this happened. It was Easter holidays, and I went back home for the holidays, and my dad bought a pig, and at that time I was holding my dog in my arms, and I was walking to the kitchen where I saw that scene. I saw a pig in the sink, a dead pig in the sink that had the same size with my dog. I took it in my arms and I was crying. From that moment I realized that I was so blind all these years. Like, I had no idea what animals go through, like that what I was actually eating was a dead animal that had soul and had a family and had a life, and it just died just for us to eat it. Where we live in this age where we can eat anything else but animals. Like, why should we eat animals when we have so many options? I started experiencing the changes in my body and in my inner world, let's say. Many changes, health changes, and I saw the benefits of being a vegetarian. So I've written here some of the things that I personally experienced, and I had a clearer skin. I really had a severe acne problem since I was in elementary school, and I tried everything on my skin, nothing worked. But when I went vegetarian, my skin started clearing. I experienced a weight loss. Everything was much better in me. My consciousness was clear, my mind was clear, and I had more communication with my body. Like, I was more in tune with what I was eating, and I was more careful of what I was eating. I didn't want to eat any animals, and back then I had no idea what veganism was. After I went vegetarian, I thought that the word vegan meant vegetarian, actually, because I knew nothing about veganism. After doing research and after, you know, seeing what that thing was, I realized that's a lifestyle, and I started really researching about it. When I came back home, when I graduated from the university in the UK, I wanted to stop eating dairy products and everything. And after doing that, I really started experiencing the best feeling ever in my body, in my life. My energy was through the roof. And that was also when I was a vegetarian. But when I went vegan, like, oh my god, I had so much energy. From a couch person, I became really active, and I started exercising and moving my body. I started doing cardio. I wanted to start exercising, like lifting weights. I was lifting really not heavy at that time. I went vegan because of the changes that I experienced in my life, like in my body, and I could feel this positive energy like flowing through me, and everything was perfect. I lost the excess weight that I gained when I was at uni, even when I was a vegetarian. I was at my fittest, most perfect time in my life, and I started even doing, writing recipes and finding juices, and like I created my YouTube channel, and then something happened in my life and everything changed. I quit everything, but I have here things like in order, because if I start without watching what I wrote here, I'm just gonna mumble and rumble. When I went vegan, I was more sensitive. I could smell and taste much better. I could really go in detail of what's in my food. It wasn't just food for me, it was richness. My connection with animals became deeper and deeper and deeper, and through the years I'm still being vegan, I have more connection with animals like never before, and even I started like understanding what they're saying. I just read their energetic field. My DNA is clear now because I don't consume another DNA or another product that comes from an animal, because we're humans, we're not supposed to consume any other beings, or just products from other beings that are not supposed to be in our bodies, And so after going vegan and experiencing all the life-changing things that happened to me, I felt the need to share what I learned through my journey and what I experienced. We live in a period where we have so many options, we have so many information, we have so many things going on, and we can actually learn things and change things for the better. We don't have to follow what our previous generations were doing because they weren't aware. We live in an age of so much information that if we don't make changes, it means that we're not evolving. So yeah, I wanted to create and inform people. So I created my first blog where I shared recipes and also spiritual tips and downloads that I was receiving intuitively. It wasn't just my diet that changed, my whole mind processing, mind beliefs, my patterns changed. It wasn't only because of my diet, it was just everything, really. It was all the energies, new things coming from the universe. The universal energies were influencing me so deeply that I had to let go of things and like remove the layers that weren't my authentic self, you know, cycles within cycles and changes after changes in this process of becoming made me want to learn more and change on a deeper level. I deleted the recipes and I focused more on the spiritual aspect. So I deleted the blog. I wanted to improve. I wanted to become more professional in what I was doing. Sometimes I regret deleting the blog because I had recipes in there and I could actually work on it. But I was more focused on the spiritual aspect because that was what shaked me, what was the root cause, the root change in my soul. So I created the blog Spiritual Warrior Secrets that got almost like 500,000 views in like 3 years. And so at that time, at that blog, I could express everything that I was going through and everything that I was learning through my experience and realizing things. And so more and more people started contacting me, and they were actually going through the same experiences, and I realized that I was helping them, not feeling isolated and alone. And I actually started giving answers that I had no idea I was giving answers. I was just experiencing, and then things started clicking and everything was so beautiful. Like, I met my soul family, people, starseeds from all over the world, and yeah, I was feeling so excited and so in tune, and I was receiving actual downloads from my higher selves. But back then I had no idea, because all these changes, I thought, I mean, it was so beautiful, and it still is, because it's an ongoing journey of discovery of your true essence, you know. And I realized that was a global awakening, and then I started researching about it, and more people started writing, and I could see more, you know, people talking about it. And I realized that all these hippie things were just a way to influence people negatively about things, because, you know, there is a pattern, like a mindset of this type of lifestyle that try to move people away from the truth, the inner truth of discovering yourself, your inner power, your beingness, your wholeness, from discovering your true essence. Synchronicities after synchronicities got me to the point where I am now. Yeah, I got some answers and some information that helped me expand and learn more things and grow spiritually. And yeah, I wanted to share this with other people. In 2012 and 2015, I started being more active on YouTube and sharing stuff and shedding layers of myself through singing. And at the same time, I was writing my first book about my vegan journey and plant-based recipes. This is how everything started. I also met other people who were doing the same things, and we were helping each other without, you know, talking much, just by being there, by seeing this example of like this lifestyle. And I realized who I wanted to be, and I worked towards my dream and my purpose. I realized what's my purpose. This took a lot of time though, because I had to shed the layers that wasn't me. So I was constantly in depression, and I was seeking answers. I was seeking myself. I was seeking a different kind of life. I knew there was more, so I was trying to find out answers. I was trying to see who I was. And yeah, I had some help. I could say that helped me become more aware and everything. And in 2015, I went through the dark night of the soul. It was the worst period of my life. Like, the dark night of the soul was like, left me heartbroken, abandoned, and betrayed, like in such deep level where I died. And through that crack, this self emerged. But really, really, it was life-changing. And looking back, I'm thankful for what I've been through because I became the person that I am now, but I wouldn't want to go through this again, and it really changed me. And yeah, at that time, 2015, I got a job at Cypress Broadcasting Corporation as a sound engineer, and it was kind of like an internship but more like a job, and I met really beautiful people there. I had somewhere to focus my energy, and I was heartbroken, but at the same time I knew my purpose, and so I was helping people energetically while being there. And being in that situation of you being heartbroken but still wanting to help, this changed my life. Healing myself through loving people, through helping people. At that time, I also started gaining weight. I wasn't so concerned of what I was eating. I was still vegan, but this is where I realized the difference between vegan junk food and vegan plant-based diet, healthy diet, And so at that time, I was on TV, not very overweight, but I had some extra kilos on me, and I was talking about veganism and trying to make a difference. And I collaborated with some people who we met at Cypress Broadcasting Corporation who were vegans, and then it turned out we had some mutual friends, and we were planning on collaborating, but at that period of time I couldn't really do much. I was so heartbroken. I couldn't focus on anything. I just needed time for myself to heal, to focus on my inner being rather than just trying to go out there without being healed within, because everything was just a reflection, and I just needed space, a lot of time alone to heal and realize what was going on and why, and everything about that topic. So so I was a living example of weight gaining on a vegan diet, and I was depressed, I was heartbroken, I was, you name it, okay? I had everything at that time. And so after trying to heal that thing as well, I realized the importance of intuitive eating. But I'm still working on it, because it's a process. I'm not only processing what happened back then, I'm processing my whole lifetime, and also parallel lifetimes that happened to me, and I'm healing that as well, and also from my higher selves. It's a long story, really. Maybe for another video, or maybe for a gathering, if I will ever make it to make an event with Team Light Cypress and talk about things. So back to my notes here. In 2015, it was a time of releasing, forgiving, doing inner work, and also it goes to 2016. That was a healing period of my life, allowing myself to feel hurt, to feel abandoned, to feel heartbroken, to feel anger, to feel jealousy, to feel all the feelings, actually all the feelings, just to feel them, embody them, realize them, feel their power, and work through them to let them go, let trauma go. And so 2017, I needed 3 years of releasing, and I'm still working on it, because it's a process. You're not just waking up one day and you're healed and everything is perfect. You have to work on it daily. You have to work on yourself, your body, your mind, your soul. And so in 2017, I was shedding layers and layers of trauma, betrayals, childhood things, subconscious things, patterns, ideas, negative stuff, everything really. So after experiencing, observing, learning the processes, the whys and the hows, I created conscious alignment, not only to share my fitness and weight loss journey, because I'm working on it daily, and sometimes I don't, as I said on my Instagram, I don't always do things perfectly. I'm not always working on a straight line, but I'm doing my best. And it's a journey of me allowing myself to find balance again, to heal, to it's a healing journey, to love myself more and allow myself to experience things in a different way, and also to help myself express all that has been suppressed for so many years. And I really want to inspire people and motivate people and be authentic and show you guys how I do it, and maybe this will inspire you to work on yourself. I'm just here sharing what I went through, what I'm going through, and finding ways to overcome things. It doesn't mean that I'm weak. It means that I'm strong enough to learn how to put myself together, learn how to be, strong again, and find ways to share this with you. This makes me feeling that I have a purpose in life, and I'm fulfilling my purpose, and this gives me purpose, and this is my calling. This is what I feel that I came here to do. I also wanted to say a few other things about this. This was a life-changing experience, and I then realized after being through other situations that this is called Ascension. Ascension is the awakening process of our soul into the authentic self based on love. It's a global change. People seek positive and empowering choices. They are more self-aware of their choices, more aligned. We're heading towards that era of empathy, compassion, consciousness, love, unity, being a better planet for future generations, with less distractions, less pollution, less negativity, less hate, and what comes with conscious beings. Higher awareness of the infinite power of love and heart-based processing, heart-based connection, heart-based connection with all that is. So in 2018 that we're now, I'm starting to heal. I'm starting to be more ready. I'm readying myself to take action towards my dreams, and I'm still working on some limitations though, because they're always there reminding me that we're an ongoing process. But hey, I did a lot of things about that, and I want to believe that I've done a lot, and I what am I saying? Yeah, I've evolved, and I felt the change. And looking back at videos and photos and things that I posted, I'm like, oh my god, that was like a lifetime ago. I really changed, and to the better. Like, I love what's happening, but you don't realize it in the moment. You realize it when you see something for like a month ago, or like, this is an ongoing change, and it's so beautiful, but it's also painful and hard sometimes, and that's why we're here. I'm not the only one sharing these things, and I got inspired by people who do this kind of work, and it was my calling. It was my sign to start doing this for other people too, and that's why I'm here. I'm not going through this alone. I'm going through this with you guys, with planet Earth as well, because she's releasing things too, with earthquakes, with all sorts of kind of things. Yeah, I wanted to create this community, Conscious Alignment, and I'm working on it in 2018 to collaborate with people who we have the same interests and who are growing and who have a positive impact out there, who want to make a positive impact out there, and who started awakening and having a heart-based processing. Yeah, who want to see a better planet, who are on the new planet with new ideas, with new inventions, with inspiring content. And so this year is a year of experiences, synchronicities, right choices, unity consciousness, collaboration, higher choices. You know, there's so many things going on. It's a long story. I have so many things that I want to share on this topic, but this video is gonna be really long, and I don't know if you guys stayed until now, but if you did, thank you so much. I really enjoyed sharing this with you. I've been wanting to share this for a long time now, but you know, it was my process of healing, and I know that many of you couldn't really understand what was going on, or why I was so heartbroken, or what actually happened in my life. I haven't really said everything that happened, but this was like a trailer a long trailer of my life movie, but it's still going on. So yeah, I just wanted to share what I've been through so far and what actually happened, and hopefully I inspired you guys. And yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to share this with you, starting to come out and share myself with you, my weak spots and my strong spots and everything really. I'm learning how to be myself, I'm learning how to love, and everything that comes in my mind first goes through my heart. We're learning how to let go our minds and tune into our heart, feeling the love, breathing the air, allowing the flow to heal, releasing the hate, releasing the negative mind, limiting things. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!